Hello action figure fans, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review video for you. This time I am reviewing the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Zeo Red Ranger. This is made by Hasbro. This was released in 2020. I bought it in 2020. Here it is in a nice window box where we can see the action figure and the accessories inside. I like this design on the box. It looks very nice there. Here is the top. Here is the bottom. Here is one side, a picture of the Zeo Red Ranger. And on this side, this picture wraps around to the side, so it looks very nice. On the back is a picture of the action figure in a pose. What is missing is a cross-cell showing the other action figures in this wave, which is pretty odd. And there's not even a mini biography about the character. Let's open this up and review the action figure in just a moment. Here are the accessories that come with the Zeo Red Ranger action figure. We get an extra head sculpt, the human head for Tommy. Looks like it's nicely sculpted there. The hair is a bit pliable because it's thinner plastic, but all in all it looks pretty nice there. We get a blaster. Looks like it's nicely sculpted and painted there, so I like the attention to detail there. We get a blast effect, soft pliable plastic here, but it does peg in to the barrel of the blaster here, so that looks pretty nice. And we get an extra pair of fisted hands, so I'm sure these have been used on many other action figures in the line. It has some long narrow pegs. I don't really like these. I'm afraid these are going to break because they're so long and narrow or thin, so I prefer thicker pegs that would feel more robust. And we have something here. I'm not sure what this is. I did see the Power Rangers Zeo series, but I don't remember very much about it. So it's not quite a sword, it's more of a collapsible wand, although this one doesn't actually collapse, but they did sculpt in the detail. A pointy end there, and a handle and a hilt, just a little bit of paint, so looks pretty nice. And then it looks like here is kind of a sword or saber, more of a triangular blade there. There's the hilt, nice sculpted details and some paint there. There's the handle. So looks like a pretty nice job on the accessories that came with this action figure. Here is the Power Rangers Zeo Red Ranger out of the package. Let's see how tall this action figure is. According to the tape measure, it's a little more than 6 inches tall, or almost 15.5 centimeters tall. So nicely sized action figure. And looks like they have a lot of decoration on this action figure compared to some of the others. Nice helmet there with a star-shaped visor, a little bit of paint on the edges of the star there. And it looks like some gold paint for the decoration on the uniform, which goes even onto the butterfly joint there. I wonder if that'll wear off eventually. Also goes around to the back there. So I like that. Nice golden belt there and a couple of holsters. A little bit of detail on the boots there. I think most of this is molded in red plastic, maybe some white plastic for some of the parts, like the hands there, also the boots. So not very muscular, or at least no muscles sculpted into the detail, so it looks like somebody wearing a cloth uniform. So I like how these Power Rangers Lightning Collection action figures look. They kind of look like people wearing outfits rather than just having muscular bodies. Some nice wrinkles in the boots there. Peg holes in the heel. And not a whole lot of detail on the back, but I am happy about the extra paint they put on back here and also on the butterfly joint area. So pretty basic looking action figure, and it seems to work for me. I don't know if there are any details that are missing. I did watch the show, but I guess I didn't pay very much attention to the details of the uniform. So let's check out the articulation here with the head. You can look up that far, look down, turn side to side. Not much head tilting there. At the shoulders we have butterfly joints. Move in and out pretty easily. So we'll see if any of the paint wears off eventually. At the shoulders you can go up this far. A little bit of a ratcheted joint in there. This one's not going up very far. I could maybe push it, but I don't want to push too hard on these action figures. And you can go around. You can go around there. We have bicep cuts, so that is working. That is working. Double jointed elbows. This one was pretty stiff at first, but after doing a little bit of work on it, it's loosening up. I hope it doesn't get too loose over time, but nice double jointed elbows there. And at the wrist we can turn, and there is a hinge in there. It's still a bit tight. I'm not going to push too hard on it. Same thing on this one. We can twist the wrist, but the hinge doesn't seem to be working. It's pretty stiff. I think it'll work if we push hard enough, but I don't want to push too hard on it. We have a diaphragm cut where you can move around. Pretty nice. And there is an ab crunch here, but it's really stiff. So I can't really get that crunch very much. There's no waist twist on these Lightning Collection action figures. So with just the diaphragm cut, that's as far forward as you can crunch. And can't really go back because this ab crunch here just doesn't want to bend, and I'm not going to push too hard on it. I can feel it jiggling a little bit, but it's just not really moving that much. At the hips, you can do the splits just that far, so not very far at all. And kick forward that far, and back just a tiny bit. Kick forward this far, and back just a tiny bit. We have upper thigh cuts. That is working. That is working. We have double jointed knees. So nice range there. This one, that upper joint was very stiff for me. Let's see if I can get it to work now. Yeah. It seems to be pretty stiff. Maybe it'll work if I push a little harder. No, I don't want to push too hard. So I think I did get it going a little bit earlier. Let's try again. No, it just doesn't want to go. Now this upper knee joint will work if we push, but if we have to push too hard, then I'm afraid of breaking it, so that one's not working very well. And we have boot cuts, so that is working, and that one is working. At the ankles, you can go down and the tippy toes. This ankle is really stiff. Okay, it looks like the right ankle will go down. This one won't. And then going up just a tiny bit. And then we have ankle pivot that is working, and this one is working. So this upper knee joint here on the left leg might bend. I think I got it bent earlier, but it's not working for me right now. And this ankle, we can't get him on his tippy toes there, so some of the joints are not working very well. And also this ab crunch. And this double jointed elbow was pretty stiff at first, but it's loosening up a bit. So right out of the package, yes, I know this is 2025 and I bought this in 2020, so it's been in the package all this time. Right out of the package after a few years. Not working as well as I think it should. Some of the joints have gotten stuck. I don't know if they were stuck originally or if they get stuck over time. That's a pretty nice looking action figure. It's just too bad the joints are not working as well as they should right out of the package. Here is the Zeo Red Ranger next to a pair of 4-inch action figures. On the right is an adventurer from an Animal Planet that I reviewed a while ago. On the left is the Fortnite Jonesy action figure by Jazzwares. Here is the Zeo Red Ranger next to a 6-inch scale action figure on the left. The Action Force Condor action figure by Valiverse. That one's actually about 6.5 inches tall. And a 7-inch scale action figure on the right. The Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure by Mattel. And this fits in nicely with either scale if we assume the Zeo Red Ranger is smaller than usual. Or we could just say that the other characters are just larger than normal sized human beings. Here is the Zeo Red Ranger with his teammate, the Zeo Blue Ranger. Looks like a lot of parts are reused. The helmets are certainly different, but the team is coming together. Here are all the Red Rangers from the Power Rangers Lightning collection that I have reviewed so far. From the left to the right, we have the Dino Charge Red Ranger, the Beast Morphers Red Ranger, the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger, the Zeo Red Ranger, the SPD Red Ranger, and the Time Force Red Ranger. So, pretty nice collection of Red Rangers. I'm looking forward to reviewing the others. I like this Power Rangers Lightning Collection Zeo Red Ranger. I think it looks good enough. There might be a few details that are not quite right on the action figure compared to the TV show, but I haven't really noticed a difference. I didn't pay very close attention to the details, so I think it looks good enough. My biggest problem is the quality of the joints. Some of the joints are not really working for me at all. Like the hinge on this ankle joint doesn't really go up or down. Also the upper part of this double jointed knee joint doesn't really want to work very well. The ab crunch doesn't work very well. So a few problems with the joints. Some of them were stiff. I'm afraid to push very hard on them because I'm afraid it'll break. I don't want to break it because Hasbro's not making these anymore, so it'd be hard to get a replacement if it actually broke. So I'm going to be very, very careful with it, which kind of takes the fun out of the action figure. It takes the fun out of using all the joints because the joints are there. They're meant to be used, but they really should not be so fragile. So that's my biggest disappointment. The appearance, I think, is fine. The source material, well, not my favorite, but I still think the action figures look pretty nice. I would just like the joints to work correctly the first time, and I don't want to be afraid of breaking it. So all in all, still kind of a nice action figure. So thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the action figure, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews. I will see you next time, action figure fans.